When do you think America will have a female president?
When there's a competent one.
I don't engage much now on Twitter because it's sort of pointless. Everyone just falls into two tribes. It's just like cults now. There's no nuance. You can't discuss anything. No one looks at the argument anymore. Anyway, even if you can discuss it, no one looks at the argument. They decide what side you're on, and if you're on the wrong side, they discredit you. Somehow they don't want to discuss it. And it is creating a new sort of dogma.
How do you perceive Vice President Harris compared to President Biden in terms of competency and experience?
I think she's worse. She doesn't even know what's going on at the border.
Right.
And that's what she was
supposed to be doing
and in charge of. I mean, as a school teacher, if I did not do what I was supposed to be doing, you better believe my job would be in jeopardy. Well, it isn't. Not only was her job not in jeopardy, she was just handed a promotion.
Is there anyone that Kamala Harris could appoint as her vice president that you would find reassuring? Would make you consider voting for her?
No.
Never consider voting for her. No.
I would do RFK Jr. way before her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And she's not the first woman to run for the presidency, Hillary Clinton. I'm assuming no one voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. So it's not necessarily going to sway you to vote for a woman in office. When do you think America will have a female president?
When there's a competent one.
I don't get a good feel for her.
I think she's an idiot.
Right.
Mary, why do you think that she's not that bright?
Because she hasn't done anything in the time that she's had. We don't know anything about her as far as her 3 years so far in the White House. She's not real smart.
We've had dogma in religion for years, that which should not be questioned. And now we've got it in politics. You can't even have to question something. It's crazy. People shot down, people scared to even ask a question, so they opt out, and then people are angry that people don't speak up. Well, because they can sort of do without it.
Some here are frightened now just to go outside.
Now it feels like that whole section
we're doing that, and that's what
is just not available to the community
asking our local elected
anymore.
So
our parks are not available to
can't go there.
anymore.
Search out and give us a list of all of the empty lots that there are.
Migrants from a 4,000-bed shelter nearby fill the sidewalks. They sit on park benches, on stoops and curbs, under the BQE overpass. So many people crowded in here, residents feared what was coming.
We have been witnessing the escalation in violence on the street and in the community for months now.
We've been pleading with the mayor, as we've seen increased, that this was going to be inevitable.
And everything's amplified and exaggerated because there's no nuance in a tweet. People go down the tweets and see who people follow now, and they go, "Oh, I thought you'd follow him." Well, you should read more than one opinion. You should speak to all different people and argue with them. If there's one thing that all sides should agree on, it's free speech. And even that is trying to be closed down and restricted now. People are making up their own terms. It's ridiculous. It is. If you're mildly right wing on Twitter, you're Trotsky. You're like Trotsky. If you're mildly right wing, you're like Hitler. If you're mildly left wing, you're like Trotsky. If you're centrist, it's not appreciated by both sides. It's hated by both sides because they want you. It's like a game of British bulldog politics now. So it starts off like that, and then soon you've got them all. You're all on the same side, and so you have to fight amongst yourselves. And it is that it is that thing that you'll never be woke enough not to be eventually destroyed by your own people, because everyone is saying, oh, well, you agree with that? Well, I agree with it even more. And look, I want these people who even slightly disagree with me. That's how perfect I am. But what goes around comes around. I've seen it before at the beginning of Twitter. People would have a go at you about their issue, and they'd slam you, and you say the wrong term or something, and then it would be a pile-on, and people would be shut down or delete their account, and it was like a victory. But then I noticed those people, those ringleaders, would say the wrong thing for someone else's cause, and the same thing would happen to them. And then a few of them started thinking, oh, maybe I've been unreasonable. Maybe we should discuss this. maybe discussion and the arena of ideas. That's why it works. Yeah, it's crazy. It is a new dogma. It's cults just shutting you down, shutting down free speech because you're on the wrong side. It's mad, and they do it. They think they're doing it in the name of good. They think no, because everyone thinks they're on the right side. No one goes around going, no, I'm a really nasty, awful piece of work who doesn't know anything. I'm just full of hate, right? I just want to destroy lives, right? But no one thinks that. Everyone thinks they're on the right side. And now it's a competition to be who's the rightest, who's the most right. I am. And that's why eventually people amongst themselves, everyone's got to be 100% on your side. If they do one little thing wrong, they're destroyed. It's crazy. I remember, my mate Warwick Davis, the actor, been loads of stuff. You know him, and he's 3 foot something. He's got a form of dwarfism, and never let it get in the way. He never plays the victim. Got a great family and kids who are bulletproof because of great parenting, And he told me that if he's in the supermarket or something and a little kid sort of stares at him, he sees the mother go and pull him away like that. And Warwick hates that because he wants to talk to the kid. He wants the kid to ask questions so he can answer them. And then he talks to the kid, explains why I am Warwick, I'm an actor, this is what happened. And the kid thinks, yeah, great, yeah, he's short, so what? And Warwick loves that. That's what Warwick wants to happen. And he gets the parents doing it sort of for him, like, oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings, or I don't want to be embarrassed by my kid. But he doesn't like it when they don't let a kid question this. That's how we learn, by questioning things. There's no right or wrong questions. No right or wrong questions. That doesn't make sense, right? There are only right and wrong answers. And whenever someone says to me, you shouldn't question this, that's not how we progressed. That's not how we cured diseases or put a man on the moon. It was by questioning and questioning. Science tries to prove itself wrong, and when it can't, what it's got is the most right answer so far. Science, at any point, is the least wrong it's been. And I love it when people say that science is flawed because it's been wrong before. How can correcting yourself be a flaw? It's things like, oh, you should never question this. It was written 4,000 years ago, but you should never question it. That's dogma. Oh, anyway, that was a rant, wasn't it? No one cares. Most people don't even understand what I was talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I try not to get too in, but I do the odd retweet or stupid comment. But I just don't get into these weird that consume people's lives, tearing families apart now. Politics, identity politics, dogma versus reason and inquiry. I remember when I was growing up, everyone I knew, they're like, Dad voted Tory, Mum voted Labour, or vice versa. That was it. There was no discussion. There's no discussion. Now, things, a difference of opinions rips families apart. It's f***ing mental.
As a new form of the virus is now rapidly spreading across Africa.
I had a bit of a incident last night. So I'm worried about this, right? I'm worried, right? I'm a bit of a worrier anyway. And I'm a hypochondriac. I went to the doctor's once. I had an upset stomach. And she said, well, what's the matter? I said, oh, I have upset stomach. She went, right, so have you changed any of your habit? I said, so yeah, I've started having sort of, you know, smoothies with fibre in. She went, well, be that then, won't it? I went, right, good. So yeah, went to the doctor. I said, is it bowel cancer? She said, no. I went, right. And then she said, when you get a sore throat, do you think that's throat cancer? Right? I think she thought I'd laugh. I went, yes. And she went, okay, okay, you can leave now. That's what I want a doctor. I want a doctor to make me feel because I went along. Do you know what I mean? I want to go along. I don't want them. I don't ever want a doctor to say to me, "Well, you were right to come in because." Whew. So anyway, so last night I went to bed. I went to say, "Oh, I don't feel very well." Right? She went, "What's the matter?" I said, "Oh no, I just feel ill, sort of upset stomach." And I went, "It's coronavirus." She went, right. I said, oh, I feel hot. So she went and got a thermometer. She got out of bed, right? Got a thermometer, tested me. She went, well, no, if anything, it's low, if anything. It's like, I went, right. I said, I just feel a bit hot. I said, I've got a blocked up nose. She went, well, that's not coronavirus. I went, right, all right, doctor, right? And I went, oh, I feel sort of out of breath. It was really nervous. You're winding yourself up, right? And I went, I sort of sore throat. So we've always got a sore throat because you don't drink enough liquid and you're always dehydrated. So I went, all right. Anyway, I don't feel so. I took a nighttime Beecham's, right, and went to sleep. That must have mixed with the alcohol because I woke up screaming from a nightmare at about 3 o'clock, scared Jane to death because I thought an earplug was a spider. And so I woke up this morning. She went, how do you feel? I went, yeah, fine. My life often is, I have those incidents now and again. And I always remember a line in Christmas Carol when they go, and Tiny Tim, who did not, and I say that, when I get up, I go, who did not? Oh dear. So business as usual, really. I'm not a brave man. I always think the worst. So then, when it's not the worst, I'm happy. I think, what a lovely day. I didn't. Oh.
The World Health Organization tonight is declaring Mpox, formerly known as Mpox, a global public health.
Jane laughed at me because I found just a sports one, not a legal one, a sports one. But you know, if people come for the toilet rolls, They don't know it's got a little blunt thing on the end. I think when I woke up screaming, I think I shouted, "Ah, spider!" This is like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Are there any psychiatrists watching? I've never been to a psychiatrist or a therapist. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't just film it. Maybe I'd say... I'd worry that I'd say things for a laugh that I couldn't take back. Like I'd say something to wind them up, and then they'd call the authorities and go, "You're a proper psychopath. You've got to put him away before he hurts people." Because I can't resist it. I can't resist. If I knew what would worry a psychiatrist, I'd say it for a laugh. Oh dear. Anyway, cheers. Make the most of it. Keep your pecker up. Well, careless talk. What is it? Cost lives. Walls have ears. Look, careful. There's a Nazi. Turn that light out. Dig for victory. Don't be bothered. See you later.
So first question is, so why are you here? What's your objective?
Well, to get our England back the way it was.
How do we do that, and what is England to you?
England to me is Christianity. Just our English way of life.
How do we get back to that though?
Well, getting rid of this government for a start.
Are you happy if you have tax money to fund what's going on in other countries like Israel, Ukraine?
I agree with Israel after October the 7th, yeah. I don't disagree with what they've done. But I do disagree with boat people coming over here and getting in front of our own people that are homeless, them getting put up in hotels. Yeah, I disagree with that entirely.
Did you know that we send more tax money to Israel than we send to the asylum seekers?
At least.
But you know that causes immigrants to come over as well, because when we're bombing Palestine, we're helping Israel bomb Palestine.
They could stop at the other countries. They're 10, 15 countries they come through, but I think they're on an easy ride over here, so they come here.
What about Ukraine? Are you happy for your tax money to go over there as well?
Yes, I think Ukraine have got to defend themselves, otherwise Putin will take over Russia. Yeah, take over. Well, take over. Get back to the old USSR. Yeah.
What are you? What do you believe in? Are you a Christian? Are you a Jew? What would you say? Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian?
I'm a Christian, yeah. I've been pushed more. So I used to say that I didn't believe. My mum was a Catholic, brought up. But then as I've seen the attacks on Christianity, and I've also seen the decay in British society, and the fall of Britain has come from the fall of belief. We have since we've stopped believing, and what built Great Britain? Christianity. What built everything about us, everything about our nation that everyone wants to come to it and make it a success was built on Christianity. Since that's descended, since it's been coming under attack, since people have left it, it's left a void. And that void's being filled. And if we want to understand and remember who we are, as part of our identity, I say to some people, even if you don't believe in Christianity, you don't have to believe in Jesus. That's what built us as a nation. That must be protected. That's part of our identity. But when it comes to the whole the Israel and Jew things, I think Qatar, if you look at Qatar spent nearly £750 million in funding Islamic organisations across Europe. Yeah? Radical jihadist mindset. Qatar are
I then, in 2009, like 5 years later, I set up the English Defence League. I set that up based on my own principles, which were anyone can join. We actually went on to have a Sikh division, a lesbian and gay division, a Jewish division. Anyone that's affected by these problems, because I've grown up in a town where I don't care about other cultures. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. None of that bothers me.
I'll tell you the truth. I was brought up a Catholic. A Christian, my kids are Catholic. I wish I didn't. A Christian, my kids are Catholic for my mum. My mum's a devout Catholic. I'm not.
I was brought up Christian, born into a Christianity, like most people are born into their religion, I guess. Always assumed there was a God and a Santa. I think I stopped believing in God the same year I stopped believing in Santa, but I think God beat Santa to it. Although I kept quiet about Santa for longer, because I thought, I know it's Mum and Dad, but if I expose that, do I stop getting presents? So I get quiet for a little while. You're surrounded by it. And as I said, I don't think my mum was particularly religious, but as I've said before, as a working class woman, Jesus is like an unpaid babysitter. It just helps her bring up, so they think, if I'm not watching you, Jesus is. It's that sort of thing. It's to curb bad behaviour. It's to instill morality. Again, so they think, because traditionally, religion is associated with morality and good behaviour. Obviously, we know that's a random relationship. There's absolutely no relationship to good behaviour to any religion versus any other religion or lack of religion. You're either a moral person or you're not. And no religion owns or invented morality. I've read the Bible. Obviously, as a Christian kid, 5 to 8, you read the New Testament. But I was fascinated with the Old Testament as well. The bits they know have changed. Obviously, that wasn't Christian when it was written. Obviously, Abrahamic. It was. I mean, if you also, I've got no problem with spirituality. I've got no problem with people believing, there's a God, or they go to heaven, or praying, and fine, it doesn't affect me. Religion's something different, isn't it? Religion's something different. Religion is like, it politicizes it. It's like religion came along and went, oh, you believe in that God, do you? Well, it'd be better if you believed in this God, because this God does things that I like. So do that, do this ones. And then you go, okay, I believe in your God. Right, okay, well, then religion went, well, I know God, and he wants you to give me some money, and then you will go to heaven. That's religion. So you only have to look at the Old Testament to see it was written by men of the time. I mean, it really did favour the men that wrote it. But yes, I've explored it. I explore it every day. I'm surrounded by it. And even when I stopped believing, and because I got into science, you still have to. You're part of society, so you question it. You question rules, and then I studied philosophy, which everything in theology is, they use philosophy as logical thinking. From the ancient Greeks to modern day philosophers like Bertrand Russell, they've all pondered Why do people believe in this? What's the evidence?
We're just here asking everyone, what's the reason you're here today? What are you trying to achieve?
What do you think is?
I don't know, you tell me, I'm asking you.
We want England back.
Mate, I've got a 5-year-old daughter, I've got a 14-year-old daughter. It's the safety of our women and children. Their beliefs are totally wrong due to, like, obviously what we believe in. This is a Christian country. Yeah, we look after everyone. Come over the right way, we ain't got a problem with that. It's not about the colour of your skin. We keep getting classed as racist. We're not far right. We're just worried about our women and children. Tempers are flaring now because we're paying for this and they're kicking off moaning saying we've only got 2 controllers for our PlayStation. I work 5 days a week, yeah, the government take near enough half my money, and it's not fair.
So basically, you're sick of your tax money funding asylum seekers and all that.
On the wrong thing. Look at our NHS. Our NHS is crumbling. It was never designed for the infrastructure of how many people we've allowed to the UK.
Are you happy for your tax money to fund a genocide in Gaza, though, like it's funding Israel? Because you know we send a lot more.
It. That's another thing. They're not getting it. The governments are taking it.
Who's not getting it?
All the governments. All this aid that we send out. All this aid that we send out. Yeah, most of the governments take it. Look how much we've sent to Africa. We sent all this money out, yeah? Where's it all going? The soldiers take it, the politicians take it. It's all corrupt.
So you're happy for your money to fund Ukraine and Israel, though?
To a certain extent, yeah.
But you know, more money goes to Ukraine and Israel than the asylum seekers.
Nah.
Yes, it does.
No, I'd disagree on that. I would literally disagree on that. It's not like that. From what we're seeing, we're just the ethnic minority, you know. You've got good and evil, yeah? The Bible, Christianity, is good. The other one's pure evil.
But you not think that the reason we get loads of immigrants is because we're funding these wars that are destroying our hometown?
Because it's easy. Come over on a boat, you get everything.
We don't give a about them. As long they come to our way of living.
Legend. No one believes him. The public don't believe him. The MPs on this side of the House don't believe him. His own gullible backbenchers don't believe him. So does a Prime Minister agree with me? He's been lying.
Prime Minister, sorry, we don't use those words, and I'm sure the members withdrawn it.
Mr. Speaker, I have the greatest respect for you and your office, but I will not withdraw. That man couldn't lie straight in bed.
No, order. Mr. Anderson, you'll have to leave.
He is gaslighting the nation, so let's call this out for what it is. The Prime Minister is a barefaced liar, and if you had any decency left...
No, order, sit and leave. Leave now. I'll name you otherwise. I'd go now if I were you. Today's the Zara Sultana be named and leave this House. All those in favour? Aye. Leave. I'm sorry you've done this. I really am.
I hope you're bearing up with all this shit. It's not even all this shit, is it? It's all the uncertainty. That's what really gets me down. Maybe I don't know, maybe I've got some sort of OCD, but even in normal times, if I've planned everything, if something goes wrong or someone says, oh, I can't, I'll go, cancel it. Cancel it all. I'm never doing anything ever again. If I book a flight, right, and they go, oh, it's an hour delayed, right, never, yeah, you're never going to work again. Just everything's up in the air. You can't look forward to anything. You can't. Do you know the worst thing is as well? Apart from the devastation and the deaths and the strain on the health service and people losing their livelihoods and that, the worst thing is the fucking cunts in charge do what they want, and because the people in charge, the posh, privileged people in charge, were acting like Charlie Sheen. I mean, really rubbing salt in the wound. And as I say, I don't get political, but they're all shit.
It's one thing to say, as he insists on saying, nobody told me. Nobody told me anything. Nobody told me. The question is, why didn't the Prime Minister ask?
Mr. Speaker, in relation to her question, let me be clear. I should not have appointed Peter Mandelson. As soon as the further revelations came to light, I asked the Cabinet Secretary to review the process so I could be assured about the process. He wrote to me on the 16th of September, setting out the conclusions of that review and assuring me the process had been followed properly.
Like the public, I feel let down, disappointed, and I am angry. Peter Mandelson should never have been appointed. This was a fundamental failure of judgment. Matthew Doyle should never have been given a peerage. This was also a failure of judgment. It has played into the terrible narrative that there is something to hide, and good, decent colleagues will be accused of being complicit in a cover-up.
When are we going to stop taking went to Eton as a qualification to run the country? I mean, fucking hell. Oh, so that's why I'm doing this as well, because I've noticed all around, you know, there's a lot of annoyance and frustration, totally justified as well. Misinformation, anger, anxiety and depression, you know. But I do notice, I have noticed that it's getting a lot of people down. So, and this, you know, helps me. Like, when you can't do stuff, you think, well, I've got to do something. We're built like that. We've got to do something. You know, it's so this helped me doing this. Just, you know, talking bollocks. Yeah.
Oh, that's him, is it? Wow. Didn't know we had a big leg guy, mate. Wow. Wow. Oh, I should have brought my boxing gloves out. Great. Huh? Nice to meet you again. Oh, hiya, Ben. Yeah. Do you know his middle name?
I don't know. It's making hope and mashups that go easy. There we go. We got a box to be in the summer.
And I hope there's no kids. I hope there's no kids watching, because I've said the C word as well. I apologise. People are eating their tea. Fucking slagging off the government. Just life in general.
It turns to you and says, you know, enough's enough. This pressure is intolerable. Would you listen to her?
I always listen to Vic. And I think she was the one in the first place that basically said, why on earth would you want to go into politics? But she is an absolute...
And your answer to that question now?
She is an absolute rock. And I confide in her all of the time, and hers is the best advice. I'm just thankful that I've got her every day.
And at the moment she's advising you to keep going.
She is, yes, and we talk everything through, and it's fantastic. We've got also two fantastic kids, a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I can't tell you how much joy and happiness they bring. They are my pride and joy every single day.
Peace and quiet, more and more. Peace and quiet. Just want peace and quiet. That's what, I just want peace and quiet. I mean, to the extent that, I don't know, I just want, I want to know what I'm doing. When I know I've got a night in, or I know everything that's happening, right? And then when I've got to work and when I've got to relax. And then if I've got, oh great, like Netflix, I've got a night off, a bottle of wine, Netflix, this. Someone calls and says, oh, we're in town, do you want to do dinner? Oh, fucking hell. I wish I was dead. Only death can get me out of this. Peace and quiet, yeah. Peace and quiet. Everyone to be happy. More and more now, you worry, like, other people's misery spoils it for you. That's an age thing, isn't it? When you can be happy and then you can see one thing like, oh, like a terrible fucking story on the news or a bit of animal cruelty, it just ruins your fucking day, doesn't it? You think, oh, I can't enjoy myself now because I've got to sort that out. I've got to save that dog. That's why I do everything. Peace and quiet. I want it, right, if I do that, I can have peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. I love peace and quiet now. For about a minute, then I get bored. I might have some condition. I want to do whatever I'm not doing, unless it's someone else's idea. Then I want you to carry on doing what I was doing. Oh God. This is like a therapy session, isn't it? You are my therapists, and you're not qualified. I hope this is good for you as well. I don't just do it for me.
What do you
Yeah, no, we should...
That's the issue we have using in our country. You got to use raping our kids. This is our country. How about becoming your country if you like your kids?
Let's walk. To avoid an escalation of the confrontation, I attempted to move Zahin away.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm used. Here in Nuneaton, tensions around immigration are running high.
You're going on camera. I just come up to him to say thank you for today, put my hand out to shake his hand, and what did you say? I'm not shaking your hand. Why?
I'm completely impartial. I'm not showing any
Well, you can't shake hands with someone that's saying thank you. I tell you what, mate, I know that all the police aren't the same, but that is disgraceful. I can't believe that. I cannot believe I went to shake his hand to say thank you for today, and he wouldn't shake my hand. Do you want to reconsider? Because I'm going to post this. I'm thanking you for what you've done today, and you won't shake my hand.
Sir, I'm here to do a job.
You won't
shake hands. That's all.
You won't shake my hand.
That's all. Do a job.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm f***ing appalled. I'm f***ing appalled. Look at that man. Wouldn't shake my hand. I come over with an open hand and an open heart. Wow! Shame on you. Animal.
If you come and you claim asylum, until you're granted it, you can't work. And you get, if you're put up in a hotel or a hostel or whatever, if you get meals, you get £10 a week cash to buy clothes, toothpaste, whatever. If you don't get meals and you're living somewhere, you get 50, I think it's 49 quid a week. It has been created, all these terrible, terrible myths where Ryland Clark regurgitated, spouted most of them about free iPads. Also, Susanna regurgitated a load of myths and lies. And let's not ignore that, because...
What were the myths and lies?
You get the free iPads and all, like an El Dorado welcome. It's gone mainstream. Myths and lies have gone mainstream,
okay,
and we got to challenge them.
So what?
And what's happening at the moment is we've gone back all the way to the worst aspects of the 1970s, where racism is becoming mainstream, and myths and lies are being peddled.
The one thing I don't like about it, and it's happened more and more, is explaining why it's okay. People. This faux outrage, and we're talking 1%. They go, oh, why do you think you can joke about that? You know what? I know why I think I joke about that? Because you can fucking joke about anything. I want to go to them, why have you picked on that one? Because it's your thing. It's your, having to explain it. That's it. Saying why it's okay, why it's not this or not that. Most people just want to be, they want to get in your face. They want to make your day as bad as theirs. And, I'm pretty good. I take it on Facebook. I explain to them, particularly if it's a journalist, and saying why, which surprises me, when a journalist says, do you think people are going to be offended by that? Yes, they're going to be offended about fucking everything. They'd be offended if I didn't put it in. Someone would go, why didn't you put that thing in? So you mustn't worry about it. So that's the worst thing. Having to pander to fucking 1%. And I don't have to, actually. Maybe I like it. Maybe I like telling them they're fucking stupid. But everything else is great. And even that bit's alright, because it makes you formulate an idea. So I've got to be right, I can't lie. So I've got to be totally behind everything I do and work it and make it bulletproof. What you can't do is make things bulletproof for 10 years' time. We don't know what's going to be offensive in 10 years' time. And that's why you shouldn't go back. People finding things that are 20 years old. This is offensive. It's gone. Don't worry about it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's done. What do you want to do? Put him in detention. He's dead. Fuck's sake.
Oh, right.
Yeah, should have been shot.
Oh, is this a racism thing?
Should.
bloody Asian.
Oh, bloody Asian, right,
Yeah.
okay.
White people not committing crimes? There's more Asians who commit crimes than white people. White people have got a lot more sense than you people.
Oh, do they?
Hold on. Why? Because a lot of you are stupid. What? How? Why?
Wow.
Why are white people better? Why is that? White people are better than you. Why? Because they're more intelligent.
Oh, wow.
On what basis? You stupid idiot. Ain't you?
I might be stupid, it's relative, right? But if you can explain to me why white people are more intelligent, that would be helpful. So I can better understand.
You shouldn't be in this country.
Alright. Where should we be?
You should have stopped where you were born.
Yes, I was born here.
No, you wasn't.
I was born literally in Slough,
No.
Berkshire. I was born in Berkshire.
No.
Yes.
I was literally born in Berkshire.
You should go back to India, where you come from.
Oh,
Not
we're
from India.
Should.
You're so ignorant.
You shouldn't be allowed.
Can we not entertain this, because this is nonsense. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to speak to you ever again. And to be honest, I'm going to report you for racism. I'm going to report you for racism.
Good.
Yeah, I will. I will send this to the police and I will report you for racism. Absolutely, but I won't be disgustingly racist.
So would you
Yeah.
say you are a racist man?
Yes.
And is that against all brown people or just specific religion?
No, not religion.
Or just anybody that's not white?
Yes.
So Muslim, Sikh,
Wow.
Hindu, anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like you.
You don't like brown people in general because we have no sense, right?
Doesn't matter.
No, but you said that we have no sense.
I
That's the
don't
reason.
like brown people.
Yeah, because we have no sense. Is that right?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, so you like brown people? Just no reason. Because
I've
I'm
got
suggesting,
no
I'm
reason.
saying to you that you just said that we don't have sense. That's the basis on which you don't like us.
When your parents were born or your grandparents were born, you should live there.
Right. Okay. Why?
Because we don't want you over here.
Who's we?
White people.
Is that all of the white people?
A lot of the white people.
How many? Percentage
Ooh,
basis?
millions.
Right. So
Millions.
Leicester being like having such a substantial minority community, I guarantee you the majority of people in Leicester probably won't have the same worldview as you do. So on that basis, your argument.
We should go. We could clear 100 million of you out of the country altogether.
What would you do with us? Send us out? Would you send us out? Where would you send us? Because we don't have visas or passports to go back to.
Yeah, we're
these
British,
countries
mate.
you're talking about. We're British, English. I'm English. I don't have a passport for India or Pakistan or Sweden or wherever.
Life will be back to normal, won't it? Soon, hopefully. You'll all be doing other things. I might do the odd one. There might be something else for you to watch. But it's not over yet. We've still got a few more. Thank you very much. Tell me about it.
It was during an interview with Zaheen, a local businessman, that things took a turn.
And how old are you?
32.
32.
Yeah.
How?
What do you Yeah, no, we should. Can you not see we talking?
No, because you're going on about your religion and Christians, the true life, the way and the truth,
How do you
mate.
know we're talking about
Jesus is the
religion?
way, the truth and the life.
Yeah.
That's the issue we have using in our country. You got to use raping our kids. This is our country. How about becoming your country and do that in your kids? Never gonna happen.
Yeah,
Never gonna happen, mate. We won't do that. When we become your country, do that to your kids. We're gonna head your head in.
You know,
these are our children, no, mate.
What are you teaching them kids? You're mouthing
All right, no.
Go
on, say
something about more kids. Go on. The camera's rolling.
I don't care.
Just relax.
They're more kids.
Just relax.
Let's walk.
To avoid an escalation of the confrontation, I attempted to move Zaheen away.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Because I'm used to this conflict.
No, but that's
mine.
no one should be used to that.
But moments later, he turned around, concerned for his twin sister, who at this point is surrounded by the group.
So why are you making me? Why are you acting like I'm the problem?
I attempted to speak to them, giving them an opportunity to air their views, but tensions were high and a calm conversation seemed unlikely.
You're just racist. You are racist. You have to face.
So he walked away, A woman who worked at the local bookshop had heard the commotion and came to speak to us.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, well, there have been protests. And of course, Warwickshire County Council's gone to reform. So I think it's given certain people a licence to be aggressive and to be racist.
Wow, to hear that actually is saddening, and I think what I've just heard is not the case at all.
So why are asylum seekers here in Nuneaton living in residential properties, and how did we get to this point?
A few years ago, asylum seekers in Nuneaton were few and far between, in single digits. But by June of this year, that number had surged to 247, none of them in hotels. Instead, they're living in dispersal accommodation, in the community, side by side with locals. That works out to 19 asylum seekers per 10,000 people, placing Nuneaton 87th in terms of concentration. The growing number of asylum seekers is now at the heart of political debate, and the conversation has largely been steered by the Reform Party, but even they haven't decided on a solution.
Women and children, everybody on arrival will be detained. Deportation of illegal immigrants. We were not even discussing women and children at this stage. If a single woman, etc., comes to Britain, they will be detained and deported.
The current government has also introduced fresh policies, amongst them plans to make it easier to remove foreign-born criminals who commit crimes in this country.
The police sent six officers to go and arrest a middle-aged couple for comments that they made in a WhatsApp group.
Well, since coming to office, I can announce today we've returned more than 24,000 people who have no right to be here. That would have taken the Rwanda scheme 80 years to achieve. That's what I mean about not giving in to gimmicks. Just focusing our efforts and resources on the nuts and bolts of removing people, getting the asylum system working properly. That's how we've delivered the highest return rates for 8 years and the 4 biggest return flights ever. We're also ramping up the deportation of foreign national offenders, with a new team of specialist frontline staff going into our prisons, speeding up the removal of prisoners who have no right to be in this country.
The point that I try to make to our European friends, and I think that they're our friends, I believe that, I know President Trump does, is that friendship is based on shared values. You do not have shared values if you're jailing people for saying we should close down our border. You don't have shared values if you cancel elections because you don't like the result, and that happened in Romania. You do not have shared values if you're so afraid of your own people that you silence them and shut them up. So let's have shared values. Let's defend democracy. Let's have free expression, not just in the United States, but all over the Western world. That is the path to strong alliances in Europe.
No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just the hard graph of sleeves rolled up practical government, securing our borders, getting a grip on illegal migration, and delivering our plan for change.
Well, we were showing the Benny Hill British Police Force, but the truth is, of course, stranger than the comedy. This weekend, we've had the UK police arresting James and Rita, a dad, for comments that he made about his 9-year-old girl's school teachers on a WhatsApp.
Yes, this couple were held in a cell for 11 hours, arrested in front of their crying children.
Would you and Jane and Pickle ever move abroad? I mean, I've got no plans to. I'd never say never. There's no reason I wouldn't. And I love England. I love visiting loads of countries. Now, there's countries I can't imagine living in. I can imagine living in loads of countries. And the winters would, unless something really, really bad happens and, society goes to hell and we have to get out.
So you can just imagine how traumatised those poor kids are. And James, after a 5-week investigation, there's no case to answer. We don't know what they posted in that WhatsApp group that alerted the police and had so many of them show up to their home to arrest them. If you think there's free speech in the UK, you're kidding yourself at this point.
Exactly. Well, you know, this is the thing. I mean, look at the footage you see there on the screen. The police sent 6 officers to go and arrest a middle-aged couple for comments that they made in a WhatsApp group. Now, we don't know what the comments were, so, you know, but there's no indication that they were anything sort of threatening or anything like that. The best indication that we've gotten from news reports is that they were complaining about the recruitment teacher for a new teacher at their school.
I can't imagine being bothered to move out of England. But that's the time I think about it. In January and February when it's raining. When I get up and it's just raining and I can't even go for a walk, I go, fucking hell. Fucking England. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't mind winters. I don't mind if it's -10. If it's dry and I can still get about. You know, loads of nice countries that are crispy and sunny and covered in snow and -10. Just this drizzle. Just when you wake up and it's like you're in a fucking cloud. Sort of literally and metaphorically. It's just depressing, isn't it? But most of the time, it's all right, isn't it?
We also know that the couple, that their eldest daughter at the school does have some epilepsy and neurodivergence issues, and they were not allowed to meet with the school to talk about these medical issues. So it sounds like these parents had a real grievance. But the fascinating thing here, well, fascinating but also chilling thing, is the way the UK has now become this sort of place where it's a real dystopia. You know, the cops knock on your door for saying the wrong thing online. And you know, for the country that supposedly gave us free speech, that gave us the Areopagitica, which gave us all of these great defenses of liberty, to now be in this place where they charge you with a non-crime, hate crime or whatever, and the process is punishment, I think it's a disgrace.
Well, also, James, you say that we don't know what the crime is, what they said on that WhatsApp group, but nor does the guy who's being charged.
Correct. Yeah.
The police wouldn't even tell him what he'd actually said that was wrong.
But it was
I mean, that's
something...
terrifying.
Right. Is that working? Signal in Hampstead. Oh. Well, it's working now, isn't it? For a while. I don't know when it tells me it's paused. Do I just freeze? Or do it just go off? Right, I've got some questions. Got loads of questions. And it was sort of first come, first serve. So there's mad ones, because mad people, they're sometimes more motivated, aren't they? They get in there quick. Right, I'll get through them. Oh, this internet. Someone just said the internet is me too. I don't know what to do. Oh. Oh, God. Why doesn't the internet work? We fucking pay. Why doesn't it fucking work? Right, I'm just going to get through it and then delete it. Chris Hubbard, would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet? I need my hands. I play guitar and tennis and, right. I mean, I need my feet. I use my feet every day. But, I mean, if I had to make that choice, I don't know what scenario I'd have to make that choice. There's no medical scenario where I'd have to make that choice. I've heard of things like, oh, your wife in childbirth, we can either save your wife or the baby, but never, do you want to keep your feet or your hands? Maybe I've been caught by a weird serial, like something from Saw. I'll keep my hands. And it's not like I'm losing my feet, but I'm gaining hands on my feet, aren't I? So I just have 4 hands. I mean, I I could work that out. It would be harder to walk, but I reckon I could sort of get shoes. Because I'd have my legs, wouldn't I? I'd be strong enough. I'd just have have little feet, wouldn't it? Like a little duck. I'd cover them up as well. Just have some sort of special shoe. So I might walk a bit funny, but it'd be all right unless I've got my hands. But what's the point of 4 feet? You can walk around, but you've got feet, so you can't do anything. We've got 4 hands. That's better. Better for someone's 4 apples. I'd have to sit on my ass though, wouldn't I? And I'd grab them. Be just like being a chimp, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'd have hands for feet. Taco King, have you ever thought about writing a spin-off show with characters from The Office? Lee is such a good character. I haven't. I thought about it with Afterlife because there were so many. It was such an ensemble. There's about 10 to 20 really funny characters from Afterlife that you didn't see much. But I'm too lazy. People are doing spin-offs from The Office all over the place. Good luck to them. They have to pay me. There's another one. There's a spin-off of The Office coming to America where it's sort of... It's the same sort of vibe as The Office, but it's set in a local newspaper. So they've sort of fused The Office with Afterlife. Do I get paid twice? Sort it out. Doom Herald. Can you sum up the meaning of life? No meaning, is there? We didn't have a choice. We didn't choose to exist. We just, with the result of like 3.5 billion years of evolution, the chance of being born like 400 million to 1. It's great. It's a one-off. We'll never exist again. We didn't exist for like 13.5 billion years, and now we got 80, 90, 100 years, if we're lucky. And then we don't exist again. There's no point to it. There's an individual point. You've got to find your reason to carry on living, and that's loads of reasons. There's loads of reasons to make the most of this crazy chance. Learning stuff, playing, friends, just try and find out as much about the world and enjoy every minute that you can. Whatever makes you happy, do that without hurting anyone. Keena, how important do you think social media is in today's world? Well, I don't know. Depends what you want to do. I mean, I suppose it's good. I sell my tours out on social media. It saves me doing interviews and stuff, I suppose. But it's not important in the greater scheme of things, is it? I mean, it is like reading every toilet wall in the world. But, you don't have to do it. It's virtual. If you don't like it, don't go there. But it's funny, isn't it, how it took off? It sort of makes sense because gossip is in our evolution. We used sort of gossip to, control the tribe. Because the point is we want to raise our status. We want to be respected. That's in our evolution. And the way you raised your status is 2 ways. Be good at something, be competent. People would say, oh, he's a good hunter. He's good for the tribe. And the other way was virtue. Oh, he's not a great hunter, but he's kind or whatever. And then social media comes along and people can raise their status without meeting anyone by doing good content, or that's where virtual signaling comes from as well, because people can suddenly go, oh, I'm virtuous, we've got no proof. They can be an absolute horror. But as long as they put the right things in their bio, everyone thinks, oh, they're good, they're a good person. So, but, I mean, it's been a good tool for me as well as an observational comedian, because before social media, I'd have to actually bump into mental people. Now I can just listen to them from the safety of my mansion. But I don't know. We don't know how long it'll be around. Something to replace it. Gunnar, what's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say? Or what is the greatest enemy of mankind? Oh, that's a good one. Gunnar's got 2 questions. Gunnar's a dog, by the way. Greatest enemy. 2 things spring to mind: greed and stupidity. And when they're mixed in amongst 8 billion people, that is an amazing cocktail. Greed and stupidity, I'd say. And they work very well together. As an enemy to mankind. Greed and stupidity. What's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say? Well, lots of amazing quotes. I suppose you mean sort of socially. I remember when I had a job in a factory when I was a teenager, and I had to get these lumps of pipe out and grind down the end, and I was getting them out of the oil and grinding them down. I was going 1, 2, and this bloke who'd sort of been there for 20 years and was going to be there for another 20 years, he looked over at me and said, "Who are you trying to impress? Why are you going so fast?" And I thought, good point. And I've carried that lesson with me. Never try too hard at anything, kids. Gonzo the cat. Dear Uncle, what are you most proud of in your life? And what would you most like to be remembered for? Could be more than one thing. Well, you want people to think that you were honest and kind and all the obvious virtues, don't you? What do I remember for? Well, I'd like people to remember me as a good soul, I suppose. A nice chap who did well. I know it's a difficult one because it sounds like I'm sort of suggesting to you what I think I'm like. But I think the same as everyone else, really. You want people to think you're a decent guy who didn't, hurt anyone, and hopefully, if there was a cosmic balance, I'd like to think I made the world a slightly better place than a slightly worse place. You know, when you hire a caravan for a week, my mum used to say, leave it as you found it, if not better. So I sort of think of that, really. Did I do slightly more good than bad? Although, problem with that is, you got serial killers who did a lot for charity. Leslie, you're one of the few down-to-earth famous people who actually react with their followers. Yeah, but look where it gets me. Bad signal, stupid questions. Thank you. We know your Dutch barn is great, but the ads are too naughty for TV. Is there anything we can do to help spread the word? Yes, the Dutch barn. I co-own that company. And yeah, all the adverts I've been doing, they can never get on telly. Well, I'm going to do some for telly, maybe. Just take out some of the... It's made in Yorkshire from apples. It's we got our own orchard and everything. I'm a farmer, officially. I told you, didn't I? So if there's a war, I couldn't fight. Like they can have me anyway. We need that fat old bloke. Why? He's got 4 hands. 4. See? Occam's razor. The thought might be boring, but have you ever considered narrating an audiobook? I think you'd be fantastic. Thank you. Mr. Razor, but I don't think I would. I get bored too easily. My eyesight's going. Well, I probably should wear glasses or reading glasses. I get bored with reading very quickly. I'd want to make jokes. I could do my own, I suppose. Do my own autobiography. Again, I wouldn't bother writing it. This is like, there's enough stuff for social media. No one has to do their autobiography now, because I've told everyone everything about them. What am I going to surprise you with? I was the illegitimate child of a king. You know everything about me. No, I haven't thought about doing that. That's not stressful, is it? Trying to do a live broadcast where it doesn't work. Zen XV. For about 2 weeks, I've had to adjust the flow in the toilet cistern manually after each flush to stop it trickling. Should I get a plumber in to fix it or keep adjusting the flow? Just keep it. Never fix anything. I follow that advice medically as well. If something goes wrong, I just think, I'll just wait for it to get better. Jay goes, go to the doctor. No, it just get better. Or it won't get better and I'll just carry it for the rest of my life. Like something wrong with my toe. That's fused now. What else? Teeth are crooked. Who cares? Got loads of fillings. Got a frozen shoulder. Back goes. Just get on with it. I haven't got time. I can't be bothered. I said before, if I had a little doctor in the basement, I'd be down there all the time. But it's the admin, calling, getting a thing, the worry. If I just go down and say, what's this lump? I'll do it. Just sitting there, little fella behind the desk. Like a fucking weird prisoner. Is that normal? No. They're way too distended. Cheeky. Mark X Art. What is it like being such a rich, handsome genius? Well, what does it look like? I'm tired. I'm angry with the Wi-Fi. I'm drinking beer. I'm answering questions from cats and dogs and maniacs. That's what it's like. But I do travel first class. Julia Kemple. I've just learned from my 7-year-old that a banana is a berry and a strawberry isn't. Have you discovered any good scientific facts recently? Thing is, I read up about science, but there's so much, and I skim read things, and I don't know if I fully understand anything. I know a bit about everything, and most of my life most of my, educational life, I did sciences. I even got to college to do science and swapped to philosophy, and I've kept interested. But I don't know. I did hear, now some of you eggheads, some of you quantum physicists might be able to verify this, but I heard there's rumblings in the scientific community that time might turn out to be a particle. Now, it's not fascinating because I don't even understand the premise. I can't imagine, you can't imagine what time is, let alone it being a particle. What does that even mean? So, I can't help you with that. Deborah, if social media didn't exist, how would you reach your fans? What other form of advertising would you use, Ricky? I don't know. Traditional ones. Maybe traditional ways wouldn't be PR's, isn't it? All newspapers are TV's. I was looking at I realised how lucky I was when I was looking at the industry and how terrestrial TV, even our big channels, they get 1, 2, 3 million. And Netflix, I mean, Netflix has just blown them away. The figures you can get on Netflix are extraordinary. So all that's done. And I suppose, I mean, it's all the internet, isn't it? Netflix is basically, it's a website on the internet. And so I suppose I connect, if I'm talking to people on the internet, they're already there. They've probably got Netflix or something. I suppose, it would be harder for me. And I hate interviews. I don't try not to do press because they've got an ulterior motive. It's always about them. So it's great. This is good. That is the best thing about social media, connecting with fans, and doing stuff like animal welfare campaigns, and so that is good. That is the good thing about social media. You just have to manage it. Just have to rule idiots out of your life. There's loads of idiots on social media, but there's loads of idiots on the high street. You just have to see them coming, I suppose. If someone's walking along the street with their shirt off shouting, cross the road. Same with social media. Block them, avoid them. They don't exist. Sean, when's the next special? Well, I've got to tour it first. I'm doing warm-ups. I've done about 50. I'm probably going to do another 20. Then I'm going to start it slowly in the autumn, doing theatres around Britain, then arenas around Britain, and then arenas everywhere else, all my favourite places. I'm doing the Hollywood Bowl again, I think. Obviously New York, all my favourite European cities like Copenhagen and Stockholm. I mean, that is amazing for me. That might be, what's your greatest achievement? The fact that I'm a British comedian playing arenas in non-English speaking countries. I mean, they speak English, but you know what I mean? That still blows my mind that I can fill an arena in Europe. That's mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing. I think that might be my greatest achievement. To be a stand-up comic filling arenas around the world. Yeah, that one. And of course, because of your generosity and buying platinum tickets, I can donate millions to animal charities, which is the biggest buzz. That is the biggest buzz. So yeah, as my mum used to say, you can't take it with you, so give it to a dog. I've just added to it. These questions, I thought I only did a few. So our next special will be the end of 25 or the beginning of 26. I'll be touring for like, I don't know, 14 months, probably. Oh, I won't live that long. Jeannie, do you have speakers in every room for listening to music? I have something in every room. I have a radio or Sonos or I've still got an old iPod in the gym. Yeah, radios everywhere. Spotify on my phone. Yes, I've even got vinyl in the living room. So yes, there is something to play music in every room, I think. Can't do without it. Jane gets up like 3 hours before me so she can do some work before I come down, because YouTube's straight on and I'm listening to songs while I'm working. Oh God, it's good being a burden. If you could choose invisibility, immortality, or the ability to teleport, which would you choose and why? Teleport. Teleport, no doubt about it. Immortality, that'd be horrible. Invisibility, what's the point? What is the point? Sneaking in places, well, it's amazing. Invisibility would be amazing, but I don't know what teleport, that'd be amazing. I'd come to Australia. Just all the getting on the flight and sitting next to a big fat bloke farting for 23 hours. That's what puts me off. Yeah, teleportation. I saw, what was that film? Was it Jumper? One of those real great aeroplane movies about someone who can just go anywhere. Just pop round. Okay, look, we've got a few more here. This has been a shambles, hasn't it? It was only an experiment. See if I could... Why is it all right now? Or maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. You wouldn't get George Clooney doing this. Vintage Bob T. Not a stupid question, but after the success of Afterlife, Derek, Extras, etc., do you have another cracker up your sleeve coming soon? Well, you never know. I'm planning something. I've got the tour, and I'm trying to make Dutch Barn a global brand. So that's exciting. I'm really working hard at that. I've got 3 full-time jobs at the moment, and I'm developing an animation, a little animation for Netflix. But I don't know. You never know if it has set the world alight. Who could have guessed that Afterlife would be as... Do you know what I mean? A little British sitcom about a guy whose wife is of cancer. And it's got hundreds of millions of views. People are still watching it. No one could have guessed that. So you can't assume that. You've got to assume that a few people like it and then it'll get cancelled. That's what you always assume. And I think the only reason I've never had anything cancelled is I get out before I cancel it. But I hope everything you do is watched, and but you never know. I'd say to new comics, don't worry about that. Just do your best, enjoy it, and get paid. Because nothing else matters. Reviews don't matter. Awards don't matter. No, do you know what I mean? I say to people, when you start off, you want to get 5 stars. You want to be lauded all the time, and then you realise that a house is real. No one's ever bought a house with a great score on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's my advice to young comedians and actors. Get paid. Enjoy it and get paid. Last question. Lionel Lemon. So that's an account of a fictional lemon in Afterlife. As I said before, you would not get George Clooney doing this. Lionel Lemon. Here's a ridiculous question from your favourite lemon. Would you rather have abnormally big toes or abnormally big ears? Well, but what's abnormal? I mean, do you mean, is it elephant ears versus a big marrow toe? Or is it just like, if I took my socks off and showed you my big toe, people go, me, they're big toes. It depends, doesn't it? I mean, ears are the first thing you'd see. Could I hide my toes? Or have I got like 2 foot long shoes? If abnormally big toe, say you're twice as big, so it's ears twice as big or toes twice as big, I think I'd choose toes twice as big, because I just get big shoes and I'd be a really good swimmer. Ears twice as big, people go, me. Here comes Dumbo. You don't want to prejudice people before they meet you. You don't want the first thing to be, me, he's got big ears. Whereas I was walking along, people wouldn't go, me, he's got big toes. That'd be a little surprise when we went swimming. I go, why is he going so fucking fast? Oh, he's got massive toes. What a load of shit that was. I knew it would be. Thanks for following. Thanks for asking all your stupid questions. Stuff, and share things about Dutch Barn. Try Dutch Barn. Yes, it might make me $1 billion, but when I die, that'll go to worthy causes, won't it? That's why I haven't had kids. Even though my kids don't exist, hate the little to have all my money. Right, that'll do. Tattoo bye, everyone. Tattoo bye.